everyone, it's Chronic Blaze here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing Tech Reviews 2019. So, Tech Reviews is one of my favorite series on the channel, and I thought that there would be no better way to end 2019 by doing Tech Reviews 2019. So this is going to be my last video of the year, and a quick note, there's going to be no video next week. So this video is going to be different than last year's Tech Reviews video where I just took a look at a bunch of products with Terraria 21. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at all the tech products that I have reviewed on the channel in the past. This doesn't include 4 products, and these products all belong to Terraria 21. So Terraria 21's products that were featured in Tech Reviews 2018 will not be featured in this video. That includes the Turtle Beach Stealth 600X gaming headset for Xbox One, the ReRK100 mechanical feeling keyboard, the T7 gaming mouse, and 2 raised thumb grips. However, all of the products that I have featured on the channel in multiple unboxing videos and in review videos, as well as some that were featured in Tech Reviews 2018, will be here for this video. So, to start off, we have this. So, I'm sure if you've been on the channel and stuck around for a while, you will definitely remember this. This is my Xbox One S custom controller. So, this is basically just known universally as the Xbox One custom controller, but it is actually in the Xbox One S style, just a little known fact if you guys didn't know that. Now this controller is pretty solid for the most part. The only issue that I've had with it is that this headphone jack has broken. There's been a couple other minor cosmetic errors. So you see there is a crack along the right trigger, but other than that, there's really been no issues with this controller. So I use this controller for pretty much everything, and I have these 2 thumb grips, which I've had for maybe 6 months. But this controller is still a very good controller today. Next up, we have this. This is the Turtle Beach XO3 gaming headset for Xbox One. Now, this headset is amazing. I really like this headset. And about a year and a half later, it's still going strong, which that is more time than I expected to get out of this headset. As I said, it's been a year and a half since I got this thing, and there are some minor errors with this as well. There is a small short in this part of the headset, which I think is like a mixer almost. This is the volume change and the mic mute button. There are some small shorts in here, so depending on some volumes, I can't get any audio coming out of my left headphone. So this is a bit of a problem, and I know I'm probably gonna have to get a new headset soon, but I'll enjoy this thing while it lasts, and it's been a year and a half. So a year and a half for a headset that's about $70, and I got this headset for cheaper than that. That's a great deal. And it lasts a year and a half. I'm very happy with the performance from this. Next up, we have this. So you might recognize this as well. This is the gaming mouse that I got on eBay last year for less than $10. It was recently featured in my upgrading my gaming setup video as a little kind of segue into the mouse, which I'll get into later. But this mouse has actually performed very well for being less than $10. For a year, this was my major gaming mouse. This was the only mouse that I ever used. Well, the side buttons weren't the best, especially when playing on Xbox, and the double-click button, as you can see right here, was really pointless. The DPI switch actually worked really well. The scroll wheel was really good, and it was basically like a standard mouse, except it just had those 2 extra buttons. For $10, this was not that bad, and yes, while you could get better options for around that same price point, like the T7 gaming mouse, this mouse actually isn't that bad. Next up, we have this product, which was featured on Tech Reviews 2018. This is a Xbox One stereo headset adapter. It is third-party. I used it on the custom controller for 6 months, and it's terrible. It's already broken, so we're not going to go there anymore, except when we do some of the tech awards, which will be featured at the end of the video. Moving on to some better products, we have this. This is the Palm Gear Solace headphones. Overall, these headphones are decent. I'm going to get into it a little bit more later, but they have actually done the job reasonably well. They sound absolutely terrible Bluetooth, especially for the bass. The bass is like all muffled when you're using them Bluetooth. I prefer to use them wired for that reason. But for wired headphones, considering they were $19, that's not that bad. Next up, we have this product, which is the Elgato HD60S. I remember that I picked this up on Black Friday of 2018, and this has performed very well. It's $150 regular price, which is a little bit expensive, but for the quality that this delivers, especially if you have a good PC that can take advantage of it, this thing is amazing. It's capable of recording in up to 1080p 60 and in tons of modern devices across HDMI. As you can see here, we have an HDMI in port, as well as a USB-C port and an analog audio port if you want to do that for some older consoles, I guess. I don't know why you'd want to do that. But then we have the HDMI out port as well. But another thing with the Elgato is that you can record retro systems just with a couple of adapters. So for example, I recorded my Wii with this and that's how I record all my footage for BrickBlocks. I streamed it using the Elgato and using my Wii 2 HDMI. The Elgato is one of those products that I'm just so happy with its performance, and it's definitely one of the better deals, especially if you can find this on sale. Next up, we have this. This is the iPhone 7. The iPhone 7 and the monitor are not featured in the video, and the simple reason for that, for the iPhone 7, is because I'm recording using it. So that's why the mic quality is like getting constantly louder and quieter, because I'm constantly moving around and I don't have a consistent microphone. But the iPhone 7 performs really good. This, out of all the products, is the one that I use most today. Like, I use this all the time, and I'm not much of a gamer when it comes to playing mobile games. I really try to avoid them. I don't really like them. But this performs really well, even for some gaming. Like, I used to play Fortnite on this, and it's not that bad. I have noticed that I've had to charge it every day, but that's because I need a certain charge level, so I don't have to charge it during the day. It lasts the whole day really easily. The cameras are really solid, especially this phone is coming up on 3 years old, I think, at this point. The cameras are solid, and everything about this phone is solid. It's still running an up-to-date version of iOS 13 as well. Today, I wouldn't necessarily recommend getting the iPhone 7 because you can get the iPhone 8 for the same price now that I got the iPhone 7 for. But at the end of the day, the iPhone 7 is still a really solid phone, and if you're looking for a budget phone, this might not be a bad option. And now we have the 4 products that were featured in the video upgrading my gaming setup. To start off, we have the Razer Lance Head. RGB is really nice. Now, the one thing about this mouse is that in the original video I said it's not really worth it. However, I've grown to love this mouse. This mouse is amazing to use. It's a big step up over the $10 gaming mouse, and it just feels so much better in general to use. This mouse goes up to 16,000 DPI. You're never gonna need 16,000 DPI, so I think that's a little bit overkill by Razer, but then again, Razer's kind of known for going overkill sometimes. The thing with this mouse is it's just so much better to use than the other $10 gaming mouse and the other mouse, which you're going to see in a couple minutes. This mouse is amazing. I prefer it for pretty much everything I do. Now, there's scenarios where I don't use it, especially when I'm playing on my Xbox where I need something wireless. But in most scenarios, I'm using this mouse, and it's pretty much become one of the most used products out of all of these. And speaking of the other mouse, we have it right here, the Logitech G700S. In the original video as well, I said this one was not worth it. And while I still stand by my case in some ways, it just isn't the best mouse for me personally. Now, it's not like the product's bad or anything, it's just I already had a DPI setting that was set with the 5500 DPI gaming mouse. I can transfer that DPI setting over to the Lance Head super easily. I couldn't really do the same with this. The action button layout was also a little bit weird for me, so it would be too big of a jump. However, I do appreciate that this mouse is wireless, especially when I'm playing on my Xbox and I use a mouse. I appreciate that it's wireless so much more. It's so much more helpful than having cords all over the place and having to like usually have to move everything around. So it's so much more simple to just plug it into my Xbox and be good to go. There's basically I haven't noticed any latency. I did use this mouse once since that video because I usually use the Lance Head, but this mouse performs really solid. Next up, we have the most overkill product of all, the Razer Black Widow Stealth 2013. This keyboard is amazing. Like, I really like this keyboard, especially coming from a membrane keyboard. And I talked about this in the other video. This keyboard is just so amazing to use compared to the worst switches of the membrane keyboard. And what is not to like about how loud that keyboard is? This keyboard is amazing. I really enjoy using it. I haven't used it that much, actually, because I don't really play too many keyboard and mouse games on Xbox. But this keyboard is amazing. I use it a lot. I find it a lot better just for day-to-day typing as well. I find this so much better to use, and it's a lot better just in almost every way than the membrane keyboard I was using before this. And last but definitely not least, we have the Samsung 22-inch monitor. So yes, I said I just have a picture of the monitor. I have the monitor, but it's a little bit too big to get into this video. So for the sake of this video, we're just going to use a picture. This monitor has still been performing very well to this day. Now, I haven't actually used it that much, but in the times that I have used it, it's always performed really well. It would be nice if it had HDMI, but at the end of the day, having DVI and VGA actually isn't that bad. I've been using a DVI to HDMI cable that I've had laying around just to use this monitor, and it's become one of those products that I've really started to use more and really enjoy. It's also great for price to performance, priced around $80. This monitor is really solid. And now we have the awards of Tech Reviews 2019. So I thought this year we're going to be giving each of these products custom awards that I have decided on, rather than crowning which product is necessarily the best, because they're all good in different categories. So to start off, we have the most durable product out of all of these. This was actually kind of an easier one because there was a lot I could eliminate. For starters, the controller can be eliminated right away because of the headphone jack errors. The Turtle Beach XO3 could be eliminated right away because of its short And obviously, the Xbox One stereo headset adapter could be eliminated right away as well. The harder ones to eliminate now came in the form of the less than $10 gaming mouse. This mouse survived a pretty high drop, and other than the backplate popping off, which popped right back on, it survived pretty good. But for this one, I wanted to think of what would be the most abused product out of all of these, and will it hold up? And through my testing, this award definitely has to go to the iPhone 7. While I obviously haven't tested this on purpose, there will always be accidental drops when it comes to smartphones. And in the accidental drops from the iPhone 7, other than my case breaking a little bit, this thing has performed really well. And it can definitely solidify itself as the most durable out of all these products. This product is phenomenal in many different ways. Which also brings us to the least durable out of all these products. And this one was incredibly obvious. It was the headphone adapter, the Xbox One stereo headset adapter. Given that it broke within 6 months, it's obviously the least durable. Now we have the most reliable out of all these products. Again, kind of another obvious one, but this one was slightly harder. Because yeah, the iPhone 7 is reliable, keyboard is reliable, but for me, I'm looking for a product that I can just go to whenever I know that I need to do something on this product. And this product I know will always work. For that, I had to select the Elgato HD60S. Literally, no matter what I throw at this thing, whether it's trying to film 1080p video or just streaming, in general, this thing has performed really well. There are some minor errors, so for example, it was hard for me to get set up, but that was all on the Xbox side, and I am having an issue with audio repetition, but that is because of my computer, not the Elgato. Overall, this is a really solid capture card, and it's a really good thing for content creators to pick up. I use it to film all my gaming videos, and I'm definitely impressed. Next up, we have the most price performance product. Coincidentally, this was the cheapest product out of all of these products. Yeah, well, the Palm Gear Solace headphones are good for the price. They're not as good as the $10 gaming mouse. This mouse performs amazing for being less than $10, and yes, while the Lancehead and the G700S are better than in almost every way, this mouse is really good for that price. Next up, we have the best product, I would say, for gaming. Now, I'm a little bit biased with this pick because the keyboard, I would say, is probably tied with this product, but because I'm a console gamer, I have to pick the Xbox One custom controller. The Xbox One controller is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to gaming. Other than plugging in headphones, it's ready to do anything I have to throw at it. This controller is definitely amazing, and it's the standard controller on Windows for a reason. This controller is definitely my favorite controller of all time. I never thought that Xbox would be able to do better than the 360 controller, and they did with this controller. This controller is phenomenal. And now we have the looks. So I'm gonna tie with two of them. One of them is the custom controller, and it's because I made it, so obviously I think it looks good because I made it. If I had to pick something that just looks good out of the box without any customization, it would be the Razer Lancehead Tournament Edition. The RGB on this thing is super well done, and this thing looks amazing. If you look back at one of my videos, like the video this was first featured in, if you look back at that video, you will see the RGB on this thing. It can be fully customized with Razer Synapse, and it just looks so good out of the box. It is phenomenal. And this mouse also has a really good design, which I think is better than the G700S and also the $10 gaming mouse. So next up, we have a comparison between all three mice to crown which one, in my opinion, out of these three mice is the absolute best. So to start, I think there's one that we can eliminate right away, and that would have to be the $10 gaming mouse. Yes, this mouse is really solid for that price of $10. However, it just does not perform as well as the other two mice in the long run. Leaving us with the Razer Lancehead Tournament Edition and the Logitech G700S. And if you have watched this channel for a while, you will basically know that this is a clear win for the Razer Lancehead Tournament Edition. Not only do I like this mouse so much better, but it is so much more helpful to not have to change over my DPI settings. I use 1800 DPI, which I know is a higher sense, but I honestly like that sense when I'm playing. And it's basically become a mouse that I use this for so much more than gaming, and it's become one of the most used products. This mouse performs absolutely phenomenal. Next up, we have the best pair of headphones, and just like the best mouse, this is a really clear victory for me. The Turtle Beach XO3 gaming headset for Xbox One is basically better than the Palm Gear Solace headphones in almost every way. Yeah, it's more than triple the price, but at the same time, you're getting so much more performance, whereas the Palm Gear Solace headphones, which are advertised to be Bluetooth headphones, don't sound good over Bluetooth. Yeah, this headset has had its issues, but keep in mind it's also a year and a half old. The Palm Gear Solace headphones perform a lot worse, and they're only about 9 months old, maybe. I don't remember the exact date. But on the other hand, the Turtle Beach XO3 still outperforms them at its year and a half age. Next up, we have a little bit of a joke award, but this is the loudest product out of all of these. And yeah, I'm not going to include headphones, but even then, I think this one product is still louder than the headphones at max volume. Of course, it has to be this. This, as you know, is the 2013 Razer Black Widow. Just listen to this for a second. I just wanted an excuse to do that again. Next up, we have an actual meaningful award. This one is kind of an unfortunate award, though, because it has to go to the worst out of all these products. So pretty much all the products that I use on a regular basis are not going to be included because obviously I like them. So this eliminates pretty much everything on here except for 2 products, which I'm actually going to tie. These 2 products are the Palm Gear Solace headphones and the Xbox One stereo headset adapter. Xbox One stereo headset adapter for the obvious reason that it's broken and it actually costed more than the Palm Gear Solace headphones. But the Palm Gear Solace headphones were very disappointing. Yeah, they're $19, so you're not really gonna get much for $19. But the bass they could have made it so the bass wasn't muffled. I've seen in the comments of that video, people were saying the mic was not working. I never tested the mic. From my thinking, I don't think it's very good. The headphones are not the best sounding things in the world. Even stuff like Apple earbuds definitely outperform them. So in my opinion, I would skip on both of these. Now, the Palm Gear Solace headphones are decent, but they're not the best, especially if you just spend a little bit more or even maybe the same price, you can probably get something that's a lot better. Which brings us to the last and best award, which is the top 3 products. So I'm not gonna be ranking them all in order, but the first one has to go to the controller. At 2.5 years old, this is the oldest product here. It is probably my personal favorite because this is something that I designed, and I remember how excited I was for this product to come, how excited I was for the unboxing video. I reenacted the delivery of what I thought it would be in Minecraft, and I put it into the intro of that video, which is why it has like a 1.5 minute intro. It was funny too with that video. I had no clue how to do an unboxing video. I spent more time looking at the box than the actual product. But beyond that, this controller looks absolutely amazing and performs just the same way. Next up, we have the iPhone 7. This is a really solid phone, and I think it's kind of underestimated these days in some ways. It's also kind of underrated too. I think that this phone is really solid, and even though it's an older phone, it still performs very well. If you don't care about having the latest software updates or the best running Fortnite experience and just care about doing a few basic features on a phone, this is definitely the phone for you. Although with the iPhone 7, there is one little thing. You can find some Android phones for cheaper that perform about the same, if not possibly better than the iPhone 7. So if you're on Team Apple and you're looking for just a good Apple phone to get you up and running, just to do a few basic things, don't really care about getting lots of software updates in the coming years, then the iPhone 7 is for you. But if not, you might want to consider Team Android. And last up, we have the Razer Lancehead Tournament Edition. The Razer Lancehead I have come to really enjoy. This mouse performs really solid in almost every way. Again, these 3 products, the controller, the Lancehead, and the iPhone, are my 3 most used products here. So they pretty much are my favorite out of all of these. Now, I would consider the Turtle Beach X03 pretty much the runner-up for this. It performs really well despite a couple minor setbacks, which are really what put it back against these other 3 things. All these 3 things may have some minor issues. The iPhone 7 and the controller don't have working headphone jacks. One of them doesn't even have a headphone jack. And the Lancehead, the whole macroing buttons to random things I never used in Razer Synapse, something I don't think I needed to do. I wish that would just worked out of the box. But other than that, all these products are super solid and they're super easy things to get around, especially that controller. That would have to be my favorite out of all these products, but these 3 are definitely the 3 best here in my opinion. But that's kind of this video, so if you guys did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss one of my videos. That's kind of this video, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.